Welcome back to the ACB Wrestling Talk channel, your main source for wrestling news and wrestling discussions. I am, of course, your host, Alexis Carrillo, and let's get into some wrestling talk. Almost 1 year to the date, AEW All Elite Wrestling puts on what could be considered a sequel to the quote-unquote independent show last year, All In. This time being called All Out, taking place from the same arena in Chicago, Illinois. This time under the official banner of All Elite Wrestling. And this right here is your preview for All Out. We have 8 great, fantastic matches to look forward to this Sunday on pay-per-view, and that's something that, every single wrestling fan out there should be looking forward to. I know I will. So let's get started with the very first match, and I gotta start off with what could end up being the main event. That being Cody versus Shawn Spears in a singles match. Now, apparently Shawn Spears is going to be accompanied to the ring by Tully Blanchard, and Cody has yet to name his manager or who is going to accompany him to the ring for this match. But that's not really what I'm trying to get to. Who's going to come out with the win in this match? Who's going to come out with the victory between Cody and Shawn Spears? And one would think that, it's easy to say, well, Cody's the big name. Cody's the big star. He needs to win this match. It's a pay-per-view. You need to put over your big stars en route to your big debut on TNT on Wednesday night, October 2nd. That's a very simple and easy way of looking at things. Not for me. I think that the right call, whether they do this or not, but I think the right call would be to put Shawn Spears over Cody. Mainly for one reason. People, wrestling fans, already know who Cody is. They have already established Cody as a main star on All Elite Wrestling. So one loss to Shawn Spears might not hurt him in the long run. On the other hand, you have someone like Shawn Spears, the man formerly known as Ty Dillinger in WWE. And in WWE, Ty Dillinger didn't really get too many wins, too many victories. Now, in All Elite Wrestling, you're trying to put him over as this big main event heel. And if you're going to do that, you need him to come in strong to the debut on TNT. And that's why I pick Shawn Spears to go over Cody in a very, very good match. Okay? It might even open the show. It might main event the show. But I think overall, it's going to be the match that most people are looking forward to. With that said, we have a Cracker Barrel clash between Darby Allin, Joey Janela, and Jimmy Havoc. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, haven't really watched any of these men compete. Other than a few matches of Jimmy Havoc in Impact Wrestling, but that's it. One thing I have heard is the fact that Joey Janela is one of the up-and-comers, not only on the independent scene, but now in AEW, so I'm going to have to give it to Joey Janela winning this triple threat Cracker Barrel clash. We'll just have to wait and see what kind of match that turns out to be. We also have a 6-man tag team match. Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, and Marco Stunt versus SoCal Uncensored, Kazarian, Daniels, and Scorpio Sky. 6-man tags have been proven to be one of the most entertaining concepts and one of the most entertaining matches in AEW overall since AEW was founded in 2019. So I have to go with the recognizable names in this case. I don't think if Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, and Marco Stunt lose this 6-man tag team match, I don't think that's it for them. And, SoCal Uncensored, they have more history as a unit. They should end up winning this particular 6-man tag team match. Moving on to the tag team match, with the winner receiving a first-round bye in the AWA World Tag Team Championship Tournament. This match being between the Best Friends, comprised of Chuck Taylor and Trent Beretta, versus the Dark Order, Evil Uno and Stu Grayson. Now, like I said, I'm not here to lie to you. I'm not here to pretend I know who most of these guys are. I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to go with the people, with the wrestlers, with the performers that I do know about, that I have watched in a few matches. So I'm going to have to go with the best friends taking over this match, getting the win, and getting that bye in that World Tag Team title tournament. Following up to another tag team match, this time in a ladder match for the AAA World Tag Team Championship. Now, in the past, I confused this. I thought this was going to be for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. That's not the case. Obviously, you can kind of understand why I would be confused, being the fact that, you have the Lucha Brothers, Pentagon, and Phoenix versus the Young Bucks, so that's pretty much a shoo-in to be the finals for the World Tag Team title tournament. If the Brotherhood themselves don't sneak themselves into that final themselves. But, you can kind of understand why I was a little bit confused. Now, I think this has match of the night, showstopper written all over it. I mean, a ladder match between these two teams, the Young Bucks and the Lucha Brothers. You can't go wrong with picking really anyone in that match. So, I have to go with the Lucha Brothers winning this tag team ladder match. Simply because eventually I think the Young Bucks are going to end up winning the tag team titles, whether it be against the Lucha Brothers or against the Brotherhood. We'll see that in the coming months. But let's move on. Pardon me. Sorry. Moving on to the next match. A singles match between Pac and Kenny Omega. Now, this was originally planned to be Kenny Omega versus Jon Moxley. Pretty much another shoo-in to be one of the main events, or one of the contenders to be the main event for All Out. Due to unfortunate circumstances and due to an injury by Jon Moxley, he will be unable to compete in this match, and thus he was replaced by Pac, the man formerly known as Neville in WWE. So, I want to reiterate, Jon Moxley, get healthy, get back. AEW needs you healthy, not just for this one-time show. Okay? With that out of the way, Kenny Omega has to go over Pac. They can't have Kenny Omega lose to Pac and then have Jon Moxley come back during the Wednesday night weekly TV show and, try to challenge a man who lost to Moxley's replacement. So I think Omega goes over Pac 100 times out of 101. Anything can happen. We'll see if Pac ends up getting the victory, but I gotta go with Kenny Omega. I have to go with that man. And finally, I mentioned Cody versus Shawn Spears being the main event. That's simply because I did not remember that this match should be the main event. After all, it is to crown the first ever AEW World Heavyweight Champion. You've got a legend, an icon, the most recognizable name on the AEW roster in Chris Jericho, Y2J himself, facing off against what could pretty much be considered the top star never to win or not to win the world title in any company so far, currently in AEW, that being Adam Hangman Page. With that said, this match could go either way, and that's exactly the kind of main event you and any kind of promoter want for a big pay-per-view show. So, if Chris Jericho goes over, that kind of adds prestige to the title, having someone as recognizable, someone as legendary as Chris Jericho holding or becoming the first ever, the inaugural AEW World Champion. On the other hand, if you have Adam Hangman Page not only defeat Y2J, but be crowned in the main event of All Out in front of a capacity crowd, he is crowned as the first ever AEW World Champion. That immediately makes him a star in the eyes of not only the hardcore wrestling fans who already view him as such, but also in the eyes of the fans of any mainstream or casual fans who are just tuning in for the sake of tuning in to such a pop culture recognizable show like All Out. So with that said, you know me, if I have to go with legend versus up-and-comer, if I have to go with a proven star versus someone who can, give us 10, 15 more years, I gotta go with the young guy. I gotta go with the legend putting the young guy over most of the times, if not all of the times. So I'm predicting Adam Hangman Page becomes AEW World Champion for the first time in his career, and his name is etched in history as the inaugural All Elite Wrestling Heavyweight Champion of the world. So those are my predictions for this upcoming Saturday, yes, that completely passed my mind. Saturday night, August 31st, All Out. One thing is for sure, we're going to have a fantastic show that AEW is going to produce for us. And if you're a wrestling fan, you should definitely be tuning in. So, if you agree with my predictions, or if you don't disagree with my predictions, leave your thoughts, comments, and your very own predictions on the comment section below. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you dislike this video, hit the dislike button. That's it for me. Till next time.